Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yolanda Melody. Today I want to carry on my investigation of the AI girlfriend experience, AI generated art, and whether or not there is a psyop at play. If you haven't already, I recommend that you watch part 1 of this series, which will be linked down below in the description. So in my previous video I spoke about a quote-unquote artist who supposedly creates very realistic looking AI models. Supposedly none of the women in this picture are real women. But if you're anything like me, you may be pondering whether or not this is actually a fake claim. After this photo went viral, a number of people were questioning whether or not this picture actually is AI generated because it is so realistic. Another thing that seems quite suspicious is the level of media coverage about this quote-unquote artist, who they always profess is a totally random, self-made individual who has no ties with any big corporations. Supposedly this is just some guy that doesn't leave his computer that has managed to create something so advanced and we're just supposed to swallow it as truth, right? Because of the speculation, some random person on Twitter decided to come at the defense of this artist, saying this: "My guess is that someone worked very hard in crafting it, but that it's almost definitely AI generated or AI assisted generated. Too many anomalies to be a real photo. Also, the perspective looks to be straight on, but the camera is all the way to the side. Should be distorted." And then they reposted the picture and circled a number of anomalies that supposedly prove that this definitely isn't a real photo. Now, as someone who is very experienced when it comes to Photoshop, I feel like I should shed some light on this. As I was looking at all the anomalies in this photo, I am still of the belief that this could be a real photo with adjustments. Normal people would probably look at this and think, what is the likelihood of finding 4 girls that all look identical that were willing to do this photo? How could that possibly be real? Well, with the ability of Photoshop, you would only need 1 girl in order to create this photo. Simply take a photo of the same girl, posing in a different way. To make it easier, she could have moved to a different position in line with the room, use the magic wand to blend all the pictures together, and while it might be very time consuming, it's not impossible. Next thing to look at is the weird anomalies with the bodies and how they connect to one another, which supposedly proves that it's AI generated. Again, if you use Photoshop and have ever used the Liquify tool or the Content Aware tool, weird warps like this happen all the time. Even this part where the bra is going in a completely different direction to where it's supposed to, if you use Photoshop in a certain way, accidents like this can happen all the time. Especially if you're deliberately trying to leave Easter eggs for people to inspect to further purport the idea that this is AI. Let's say that this person paid 1 model, who does exist in real life, to pose for this photo that would later cause huge amounts of attention, media coverage, controversy, but it was fake. You'd probably be wondering, what's the point? Well, there are dozens of videos on YouTube with titles like "Why AI Should Scare You," "ChatGPT is Terrifying," "The Advancement of AI and What It Means for the Future." There seems to be a narrative that the technology advancements that are happening right now are like nothing we've ever seen before. You can't even imagine or fathom just how advanced they are, just you wait and see. And it's like a double bluff because the tech companies pretend like this is all normal. They show you videos of these robots doing backflips. You've got apps like Replika claiming that 100 million people have signed up to their service to talk to an AI girlfriend. The tech companies know that the average human doesn't look at this as a fascinating or amazing thing. Most humans are turning their back on technology as it is. Then you've got all these supposed independent YouTubers doing all these clickbait videos, scaring the hell out of people, saying that technology is going to end the world. It's just getting so advanced now, and that in a few years' time we're probably going to see a real life play out of Terminator 2. But what if this is all a bluff? We're watching videos of shoddy humanoid robots, somehow thinking that these things are going to take over the world. But have we forgot our capabilities as humans? It's easy to look at something that was once so basic, transform into something that's a lot less basic, and think, ooh, where could this go? But in my opinion, no matter how far it goes, when you compare it to a real human, there will always be a stark difference. Yes, they may have created robots that can be programmed to do menial tasks and emulate human behaviour, but a robot can never become conscious. A robot cannot create. A robot does not have organic thought. The problem is that we see so many movies depicting the dream of what AI could be, but that simply isn't the reality. In all of these movies, they always purport that the step where the robots take over is when they start to develop their own consciousness. But that is a work of fiction, and anyone who believes that this is possible is underestimating their own abilities as a human. The global puppet masters want to bridge the gap between AI and humans, but a lot of it is trickery. It is a trick of the mind. If they can lie and pretend about the advancements of AI, make it seem bigger than what it actually is, using many tactics like reverse psychology, if they can do that while simultaneously making you doubt your capabilities as a human, then that gap gets smaller. And what I want to do is bring people back to reality and remind them that technology is so fragile. Not only is it fragile, but it is incredibly flawed, even to this day. And most importantly, it could all be wiped out in a second. Have any of you ever heard of the Carrington event? If not, I recommend that you look it up. The world as we know it today relies on technology, but all of this could be gone in a second. And this is why I have no fear about the advancement of AI. The internet can show you a distorted view of reality, so I recommend getting out into nature whenever you have the opportunity, because that is the real world, not what you see on these devices. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Love you, bye!